So, you decided to see Morbius. I mean, that's why you're here, right? This is a spoiler review straight out of the theater. Just got home. What I wouldn't give to be young again 3 hours ago before I drove to the theater. Yeah, I don't even know what to say. Let's hop into it. I don't. Hello, welcome. This is gonna be the commiserating hour, where we just, sit and talk and wonder what has led us to this moment in our life. What kind of decision led us here? I actually a lot of this is hyperbole, honestly. I didn't hate the movie. There was some very valid criticism online with some of the just ridiculous plot points that are going on in this film. Um, Character decisions, I guess, that just doesn't make any sense. Like, why would that guy shake a cat box? Just shimmy. I have a kitty litter box right here down on my left. This is where my cats, go poop right when I'm sitting here and talking to you guys. And, I don't understand. That's not how you call a cat. You don't shake kitty litter at a cat. They don't come. Maybe they're trained well, I don't know. But apparently the detective in this movie, played by, Al Madrigal, I believe, uh, thought that that would help. This movie's full of weird decisions. I think one of the best decisions of this movie, let's start off on a positive note. I guess I already started on a negative note, but let's start on a positive note. And Jared Leto's actually pretty damn good. I don't know if he's the right decision for Morbius per se as a character. We obviously haven't gotten this character before on screen, so there's nothing to like compare it to. Like we've gotten so many Jokers, Batman, Spider-Mans, etc. We can compare them to each other. Oh, he was better than this guy. This is the first time we've seen Morbius, and Jared Leto's pretty damn good. He's definitely the best thing about this movie, and as evidenced by his previous work, he's won an Oscar before. I never saw The House of Gucci earlier this year, last year, this year, whenever The House of Gucci came out. Everyone hated on him for like the weird accent he was doing. Whatever. All right, to each his own. But, he was definitely the best thing about this movie. Uh, Jared Harris plays like, I guess a father figure. He's a doctor that takes care of him throughout his life. Remember, spoiler review. I don't think anyone's gonna care at this point. But, he's completely wasted. Jared Harris is a great actor, and he's been in so many great things, and just wasted, just whatever. He's there, and then he's gone in his childhood, and he comes back, and you're like, "Oh, okay, cool." He's friends with, or he's taking care of rather, Morbius and his best friend Milo, played by Matt Smith, and you think he's gonna be in there, but no. He's cannon fodder basically later in the movie for you to just hate this, Matt Smith Milo character even more, even though you can already tell he's a pretty bad guy. There's really no purpose for him to essentially, kill him off. I guess to set Morbius on his path to actually, like, go and just finally trigger, the final battle sequence of the movie, which is just a CGI shit fest, just straight up. Worse, a lot of people shit on Black Panther because it was great up until that point, and then the third act battle scene was, just too much CGI. Oh, Morbius said, "Hold my vampire teeth," and they just went off the deep end. Just you cannot tell what happens in any sequence in, like, the last 15 minutes of this movie as they're finally, like, just doing their battle, falling down, falling, which they just recreated once again from Black Panther. "Oh, what's up? I see Robert. You were forcibly removed, from your domicile, gagged, knocked out, strapped to a very common." Well, my experience wasn't quite that bad. And I was actually reading some of your tweets before as I was sitting in the theater, actually, I was waiting for the post-credit scene, which is something we'll get to in a moment. And I was reading some of Robert's tweets. And, yeah, we do agree that Jared Leto is the best part of this movie. I think that's true among anyone who will see this. The score was pretty good too. You can actually tell that they definitely borrowed from other film. I don't know if it's inspiration is the right word, but there's straight up a scene where Morbius goes into a circle of bats, a la, I don't know, 2005's Batman Begins, and it's straight up the exact same score where he's just surrounding himself, just soaking in the bats. They're just swirling around him. They're giving him energy, giving him life, and they just completely ripped it off. Like it was 17 years ago, but we still um, the post credit scene. So on one hand, you can tell they completely chopped up whatever it was. Most of the stuff that was happening in the trailers where you see Adrian Toomes and he's about to hop into, like, an SUV, he's communicating, he's actually talking to Morbius. None of that is in here. It's just chop, chop, chop. They drag him out of a prison cell. He just basically appears after the rift in space-time, so you can tell that that takes place right after No Way Home. He just appears in the cell. He goes, "I hope they have the good food here." How do you know you're in a different universe? None of that makes any sense. And then apparently they don't have a crime on file, so they're just like, "Yeah, yeah, we'll let you free." Okay, strange to hear about that on a news story. And but it was such weird editing. It just didn't make any sense. It didn't look good. Then we get a second post-credit scene. I don't know why they didn't just tie these 2 together, but it's Morbius driving through the desert. He's looking at his GPS. It straight up looks like this was a music video. Like, maybe something with the resolution, maybe something with, like, the frames per second, maybe I don't know what the filmmaking style was, but it looks like they filmed a music video out in the desert, and they're just like, "Let's throw it together." They have a CGI, uh, vulture just fly in and then basically try to recruit Morbius to the Sinister Six is essentially what they're putting together. It's like, "Hey, we should team up and take on this Spider-Man guy." He's like, "Yeah, that sounds interesting." Dude, you don't know who Spider-Man is? You haven't introduced Spider-Man? As far as we know, there's no Spider-Man in this universe. There's definitely a Venom because you do get the Venom reference earlier in the movie. So we're in the Venom universe, which hasn't introduced Spider-Man. But it completely goes against the character that throughout the movie, Morbius' sole goal is, "Hey, I fucked up. I didn't experiment on myself, but I will not let people die. I'm a doctor. I cannot let people get hurt." And then the moment the vulture shows up, all of a sudden he's just like, "Yeah, let's join it. Let's team up and do do like set the world on fire. Let's do some carnage." I can't remember what the exact line was. I was so done. Uh, I don't know. I don't know where I'm going. Robert, would you say? How do you get his costume and wings? I don't know. Maybe yeah, correct. He didn't pop up in the jail, but maybe he just recreated them, I guess? I don't know. I'm willing to give the benefit of the doubt that those 2 scenes didn't happen momentarily after each other. And yeah, he never took off his helmet. Right. So it was definitely an add-on VO. I was listening to Dan Murrell's review. Shout out to Dan Murrell. And what he said was pointing like, if you would have told me that they filmed these scenes yesterday and then just digitally uploaded them to all the digital edits that were sent out to the theaters, and they just someone has been just furiously, like, copy and pasting, in the back end of Sony just to get it ready for for the premiere at, what, 3 p.m. today or whenever the first showtime was of the day. I would absolutely believe. I could have filmed this at the brand new Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. I could have recorded that on my phone. I could have edited right here on this computer, send it to Sony, pay me, give me $1,000,000. I'll do that. I there were so many decisions, poor decisions, weird decisions. I don't and the thing is I don't hate the movie. It's just it's a why. There's so many why is this happening? Scenes that didn't make sense, like flow wise, they just didn't flow into each other. It was a weird pacing, especially throughout the middle of the movie. Like, all right, okay, they're going there. Okay, all of a sudden he starts following some kids that are just shelling out, like, doing money laundering things. Okay, I guess he needs a lab. Okay, I guess that makes sense. Okay, I guess this and that, the other. Um, and then I was saying, about Jared Harris, they kill him. He's inciting incident for the 3rd act battle. They straight up kill his girlfriend as well, who is, his assistant, his other doctor friend throughout the movie. They just kill her for no reason, and very unceremoniously too. Like, he's listening, and he can hear her die, like, she gets her neck pinched or whatever, and she's bleeding out. He shows up, and you're like, "Oh, he's gonna go save her, she's hurt, he's gonna" No, she's just straight up dying, and they absolutely, like, just shoehorn in this, like, tease, I guess, for a sequel when she's dying, and she goes and they have a kiss, and she bites his lip, so she sucks up his blood, and then she dies. And then, of course, right before the credits roll, oh, she opens her eyes, she's alive again, and they're all blood red, so she's a vampire. I guess that's how you make vampires. You just suck the blood of the vampire, creation, and this whole movie takes place over the course of a week. I don't know. I'm all over the place. I didn't have anything prepared. I just wanted to sit down and get a review out there for the channel. We'll see how many people even watch this thing. Uh, but I'm genuinely curious how many people actually watched the movie. I'm curious what the box office is gonna be. I think it was projected at, like, 40 to 50 million, somewhere around that range. I think that that's, wishful thinking after seeing the movie. I think if I ever go back to rewatch this movie, and I will have to go back and rewatch the movie for, purposes, and I think I'll just turn it off as the 3rd act starts. Becau The final battle is just unintelligible. I absolutely hated it. I was on board with the movie, and I was overlooking the problems, um, until then, and then it just, like, put me over the edge, and I'm just like, "Alright, I guess I guess that's how we're gonna end it." So, anyway, anyone out here, Robert, thank you for hopping in the chat, in the live chat. I just wanted to hit live. I threw together a thumbnail and thought, "Hey, let's get it out there." I'm not gonna waste any time on editing. Normally, I'd edit this thing together, put some stuff in there. This might take me an hour or 2. No, I'm not doing that. Not for this. So, Robert, thank you for being here. Anyone else watching this on the replay, please hit the like button. Comment down below. Let us know what you thought of the movie, and what you think it'll do at the weekend box office. If you do watch this, it is Thursday night at 11 o'clock right now. So if you watch West Coast time, if you watch this over the weekend, give me a guess. Give me a guess. I'm saying 30 to 40 at the max. I don't know how much the projections are worth. No, it's absolutely not worth that much effort. That's why we did it this way. Easier, simpler. I gotta go to bed. I got work, in a few hours. So, thank you for hopping in, Robert. To everyone else, hit the like button. See you later.